Welcome back. Like many other parts of the country, Maine is feeling the effects of climate change, with the state battered by powerful storms in recent years. But climate change's impact is wide-ranging, and researchers here in Maine are now working to learn more about its impact on water resources.
Yeah, the University of Maine is at the forefront of snowpack and meltwater research, and they're getting a big federal boost to help with their efforts. Here to tell us more is Associate Professor Seth Campbell and also Professor Chris Gerbie from the University of Maine. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks.
First of all, let's talk about this. Snowpacks and meltwater, what are they exactly, and their importance to the environment?
Sure. So we receive so much snow every year on the state of Maine, and that water that comes from the melt every year feeds our entire ecosystem. So it feeds the fisheries, the wildlife downstream, it dumps into the Gulf of Maine, feeds our ecosystems in the coast of Maine, and has an interplay there. So basically the entire state of Maine economy is based on our climate, and the change in how that water is delivered to the state of Maine has a big impact. And so we've been seeing changes in that water delivery over the years, so this project is focused on studying that.
And so the University of Maine has been spearheading research into the impact of snowmelt. For those who aren't aware, what's exactly happening? How is it affecting our environment?
Well, there's, many different ways. So like Seth was saying, it's about the ecosystem largely, but also Poland Spring and other, water, I guess water resources aren't just around humans and animals, but also, what we can take out of the ground to, for our drinking water. And I think the biggest thing is, as we know with the balancing what they're preserving in the reservoirs for dams, and having to predict what's going to be coming in the winter, and knowing how to lower the dam levels during the fall to prepare for the winter, and then balancing that release in the spring and for recreation as well.
Tell us about the research project itself. What inspired you guys to do it, and where your work is taking you? All over the world, right?
Sure. Yeah. So we've partnered with colleagues in Alaska over the past few years. We work with a program called the Juneau Icefield Research Program. It's been around since 1946, so the longest running field research program in North America, the second longest of its kind in the world. And we bring students and scientists up to the ice field every year to study glaciers and the surrounding environment. And this specific project will focus on studying the snowpack in Alaska on that location. It's about a 4,000 square kilometer ice field, the fifth largest in the world, in I guess North America. And so it kind of gives us an opportunity to have 50 to 70 people in the field studying the snowpack at one time with different expertise. So it's a rare opportunity to kind of merge skills together and resources from different institutions together. On top of that, we'll be working in Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, looking at the snowpack here. And for example, in Maine, snow measurement capabilities are pretty limited. We did some snowpack studies this last winter where we had snow surveys in an area that it was about 19,000 square kilometers. There was no other snow surveys in that 19,000 square kilometers. So what we're trying to do is bolster how many snow measurements we have in the state of Maine to help with that process. And then of course the snowmelt also impacts the terrain underneath it. So it can cause instability of things like landslide and really steep terrain, such as what you see in Alaska, other parts of the Arctic, and of course Maine has plenty of steep places, New England has plenty of steep places, so there's concerns about how land might change as a result of that water input into the ground as well.
So we've seen the impact of climate change here in Maine and the state's efforts in wanting to be greener. What are your thoughts on where the state and the world stands right now in terms of climate change and its impact?
Well, Maine has certainly been at the forefront, and with this, the recent push throughout state government and the agencies to, plan for the future. And, our major industries, forestry, lobsters, blueberries, potatoes, all of them are well aware of what's going on, and, partnering with the university and other academic institutions to think about what the future might hold and really be prepared for that. So they are all the industries, and especially our recreation economy, are really forward looking.
Now, you recently just got this $9 million grant. How much is this going to help? I'm sure a lot.
Yeah, a huge amount. The grant's purchasing some additional instrumentation for us. So for example, we're now going to be able to install a new laser system called LiDAR on UMaine's plane that we can fly over any place in the state to look at everything from vegetation cover and changes in vegetation, to look at thicknesses of snowpack, which we previously didn't have the capability to do that at a whim's notice. That system can also be used for a number of other studies, so anything from agriculture, forestry applications to coastal erosion after major storms. There's a huge number of applications for that system. The grant's also providing us some other high-end geophysical systems that we can use to look at potential landslide events as a result of erosion activity from major storm runoff, things like that. So it will help us kind of work on the project, but also provide equipment that's valuable for the entire state of Maine over the coming decades. And I think on top of that, our snowpack study is just getting going. This is a 4-year project. So the amount of data that we're likely to collect to kind of improve our estimates of meltwater runoff at the end of the spring is probably going to be significantly improved over the coming years.
Wow, huge impact it sounds like. And finally, where can people find out more about this project and the University of Maine's involvement?
Well, I mean, the two primary organizations at UMaine are the School of Earth and Climate Sciences and the Climate Change Institute, but we're also partnering with members of the School of Forest Resources up at the University of Maine. And like Seth was mentioning earlier, we have, this is in association with the Cold Regions Research Engineering Laboratory, which is part of the Army Corps of Engineers. And then we have other partners around the country from Washington and Oregon up through Alaska and Colorado.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, you guys. It's nice to see Maine taking the lead on this, huh?
Yeah, thanks for
Thank you
having
very
us.
much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.